Dear students, welcome to this session. In this video, we will discuss the analysis of the divide and conquer algorithm for finding the maximum subarray. So, we already discussed that algorithm and example for the maximum subarray problem. This is actually that algorithm. Okay. So, in this is a recursive algorithm. Subarray 1, subarray 2 and subarray 3. Here it contains the two algorithms. One is the maximum subarray, that is a main algorithm. Another one is a mid-crossing subarray. So if you want to analyze this algorithm, okay, I need to know the complexity of what? The mid-crossing subarray algorithm. So first we will analyze this mid-crossing subarray and find the complexity of the mid-crossing subarray first. Then we can start analyzing what? The main algorithm, because we need the complexity of this algorithm if we want to what? Estimate this complexity. Okay. So you come to that mid-crossing subarray first. So this divide and conquer algorithm contains what? Two algorithms. One is that MSA. Another one is what? Mid-crossing subarray. Okay. So this algorithm is used by what? The MSA algorithm. So first we need to what? How to analyze that? How to find the complexity of what? Mid-crossing subarray. So first what? Analyze the complexity of what? MC SA. So that we will discuss first. Complexity analysis of what? MC SA. So this is that corresponding algorithm MCSA. Okay, mid-crossing subarray. So either you can what? Count each and every statement. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 and like this. Or simply you can go for what? The iterations. Okay, because the for it contains the two for loop. Your complexity is mainly depending on the active operation. How many times that active operation is going to be executed. So it's directly proportional to what? How many times the active operation is going to be executed. Active operation is nothing but the operation which is going to be happened more often in that algorithm. So it means usually what? If you encounter the looping statements, how many iterations going to be executed. So that will be what? Consider as what? The complexity of that algorithm. Is the complexity is proportional to what? The iterations. So here we are going to what? Encounter what? This for loop is a 1 and this for loop is a 2. So mainly two for loops is looping statements. Inside the looping there is no for loop. Okay, there is no nested for loop. So I need to add the number of iterations for the first for loop plus what? The number of iterations for what? The second for loop. That's all. So your complexity of MCSA will be proportional to what? This one. Suppose if you want to count all the operations, that also you can do. So 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 and the number of iterations and number of iterations. Since this is going to be a constant, that is a 4 statements. Okay, it is not depending on the size, that is a n. This is going to be a constant. So in the final expression we are going to what? Ignore the constants, so that we can ignore here itself. Okay, so encounter the for loop, number of iterations the first one, number of iterations in the second one, like this. So the one, if you are considering the first for loop, okay, the limit is what? My m minus 1 to what? L. M minus 1 to L means what? Downwards. Downwards means we need to write what? Here up, which one is the upper, which one is the lower. Usually in the for loop, this one will be the lower and this one will be the upper. When you are going to say the downwards means what? The lower limit is this one, that is L. Upper limit what? This one. So the loop is going to be executed for L to what? M minus 1, like this. Correct? So here it is the lower and here it is the upper. But in the normal for loop, this is the lower and this is what? Upper. Upper minus lower plus 1. Here which one is the upper means what? This one. So M minus 1 minus L plus 1. Like that we have to what? Write. So it means that loop 1 can be written as what? Sum of the statements from I is going to be started executing from m minus 1 to L downwards. So you have to write what? Equal to L to what? M minus 1. L to what? M minus 1. So this entire statements we can keep it as what? 1. Okay. So anyhow this is going to be happened for what? This execution is going to be happened what? M minus 1 to L. Here there is no other way of terminating the loop. The loop will get executed exactly for this times. So there is no worst case, best case and average case like this. In this algorithm all the cases will be the same result. If you by using the if statement and if you are going to break the loop, in that case only you have to consider the worst case and best case. So here that exact number of times, the number of times the loop going to be executed is a fixed. It is not going to be what terminated based on some conditions. So that what just what encounter this is this statements, it is the number of statements is going to be executed for this time. So I can say that is a 1. So usually one statement like that we have encountered. So that what that upper minus lower, this formula is what? Upper minus lower plus 1 here. That upper is a m minus what? 1 minus L, okay, plus 1, which is equal to what? M minus L, okay. And then loop 2. The loop 2 will get executed for what? M plus 2 to what? H. So here lower is this, upper is this. So sum of I equal to M plus 2 to what? H, and then 1. 1 why I am representing the number of what statements, operations. So entire operations is going to be encountered as what? 1 operation. Okay, so that what we can write H minus M plus 2 plus 1, which is equal to what? H minus M minus 2 plus 1. So that what? H minus M minus 1. Okay, this is the result. Okay, so this is for one first for loop and this is for one second for loop. So your complexity, time complexity on n, T of n can be expressed like, okay, M minus L, that is a number of iterations in the first loop and second loop, M minus L plus H minus M minus what? 1. So in this plus M and minus M will be cancelled, and which is equal to what? Simply what? H minus L minus what? 1. Okay, so this is the thing. But the thing is what? We need to attain the complexity in terms of what? N. Correct? Depending on what? Input size what? N. Even if you pass that H and L, low and high, okay, I need to express the complexity in terms of what? N. Correct? So I need to represent the H and L in terms of N. How can we represent means? You consider this example A 1 to 8. Here L is that what? 1 and what? H is what? 8. N is actually what? 8. Suppose in that array of if entire elements are involved, that means all the n elements are involved by the time L equal to 1 and H equal to what? That last index, that is what? N. Correct? So if you want to find the maximum subarray for entire n values by the time, okay, L equal to 1 and H equal to what? N. Like that only we are passing. Correct? So that for n input, okay, n input, okay, the L equal to what? 1 and H equal to what? N. Correct? For the n equal to 8, L equal to 1, H equal to what? 8. So if you substitute this L and H value to here, so that we can say that what equal to H is the N minus 1 minus 1, which is equivalent to what? N minus 2. Okay, and N minus 2 means the negative terms. This is a final expression. The negative terms can be what? Ignored. So N power maximum will be considered. So only N power what? 1. So it belongs to what? O of what? N. Okay, so O of N or what? Theta of N, like that we can represent. So here the T of N is final complexity is equivalent to what? Of what? The MCFC algorithm is what? O of N or what? Theta of N. So I am going to write what? Theta of what? N. Okay, so theta covers what? Both the upper limit as well as what? The lower limit. So that what we can represent what? Either a O of N, what? The theta of N. Okay, so this is the complexity of what? The MCSA algorithm. Next, analyze the complexity of what? MSA algorithm. This is that MSA algorithm. Okay, actually we can divide these statements into two cases, case 1 and case 2. In the case 1, L equal to what? H, that is only one element is there. Okay, suppose we are going to find MSA for only one element. It means that when N equal to 1, okay, L and H equal to same means what? N equal to what? 1. So by that time, okay, when N equal to 1, so what will be the complexity? This is going to return only this one. So this is going to be executed only for what? N is greater than 1. Okay, so when N is greater than or equal to what? 1, what is the complexity? So I can what? Split the algorithm into the two cases. Okay, case 1, it is called as the base case. What is that means? If N equal to what? 1. It means that L equal to what? H. Okay, so in that case the complexity of what? The algorithm is what? Only one statement. It is going to just to return it. So it is a constant complexity. That is what? O of what? 1. So in this case the T of N equal to what? O of what? 1. O of 1 or what? Theta of 1. So this is the base case complexity. Easily we can write. If N equal to 1, it is the complexity. And the case 2 is what? The recursive case. Is called as what? Recursive case. That is if N is greater than what? 1 or what? L is not equal to H. Okay, L is what? Not equal to H. In that case, okay, N is greater than 1, here N equal to 1. Okay, so that is the case. So here what will be the complexity? Here I have to what? Analyze this algorithm, that is this code. Here in this code we have applied the divide and conquer. So the steps for the divide and conquer is what? Divide, conquer and combine. Okay, so what is that divide means? This is the state. So what is the complexity for dividing the input? What is the complexity for what? Conquer. Conquer means what? Find the solution of what? Subproblems. And what is the complexity for what? The combine. So these steps is actually what? This is called as the divide. Okay, and this is called as what? Conquer. That is a solution for the subproblems, and complexity for what? Combined. Okay, so the three steps, 1, 2 and what? 3. So I have to find the complexity of the divide, complexity for conquer and complexity for combine. Okay, the complexity of the divider is only one statement, that is the m equal to L plus h by 2. Just we are doing the calculation. Whatever the n value, it is going to be executed for what? Only one time. So just I can say that complexity of what for dividing the input is what theta of what 1 or O of what 1. And then the complexity for what combine means what I need to what compare the summation, I need to return that maximum one. So this code from here to here, end if to if, end if, this is a lengthy statement, sir. Even if it is a lengthy statements, the procedure is nothing but what finding the maximum among three numbers. So how many comparisons maximum how many comparisons will happen here in this f to y end if means what maximum 2. That is what if sum equal to greater than 1, if this is true, and the second comparison it will return the result. If sum 1 equal to sum 3 means what either this will be written or this will be written. So 1 and 2. Or if this condition is false, it will go there and it will do this comparison. Okay, at the end of this comparison it will return this result, either this or this. The worst case what it will do the two comparisons. So at the end of this two comparison it will return the result. So this is also not depending on the input size. Whatever the input size, n value is 100, 200, 300. Okay, so the number of comparisons for finding the maximum among the three values is what? The 2 only. So this is also is called as what? Constant complexity. Usually what? 2 comparison, 3 comparison, the constant comparisons will be what considered as what? Theta of 1. Okay, you can say it as what? Theta of 2 or theta of 1. So theta of 1, like that we can say it. Okay. So this complexity also what will be determined as what? The theta of 1. So now I need to concentrate to finding the complexity for what? The concave. Okay. We may write the step number. So okay, the divide step is 1. Okay, and the 3 steps in the concave. And 2, 3, and then what? 4. And then combine. This will be considered what? Single step. That is because this procedure is finding what? Maximum among 3 numbers. Okay, so that will be considered as what? Single step. That is what? 5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 statements are there. So that what? The complexity for the divide. So complexity for the divide is what? 1 theta of 1. The complexity for combine. Okay, complexity for combine is what? 5th statement. That is also what? Theta of 1. The next is the complexity for the concave. For what? Concave. So this is 1 and 2 and then what? 3. Okay, third complexity. So here I need to consider the statements what? 2 plus and then 3 plus what? 4. So complexity of this call and complexity of this call and complexity of this call. So I need to add the complexity for the second step plus the complexity for what? 3 and then plus what? The complexity for what? 4. So this will give that final complexity of what? The concave step. Okay. So now the main call, let us consider the main MSA is going to find the maximum subarray for n elements. Okay, n elements. So let us consider T of n be the complexity of finding the MSA, that is a maximum subarray for the input n. Okay, let us consider okay, T of n be the complexity of what? MSA with the size what? N. For the size what? N. Okay, so T of n be the complexity for size what? N. Correct? So like that we have taken. Okay, so we need to find that complexity for that main MSA for what? The size n. So now consider the second step. The second step is the recursive call. Okay, recursive call means what will be the size of this first call. Okay, and what will be the size of this second call. Okay, Here in the first call, the first half of the element is going to be sent. Okay, here that input size is that equal to n. Okay, for the main one. But here the size, this call, the size will be what? N by 2. And here the size will be what? N by 2. Correct or not? So that this recursive call is going to be executed for the size. Okay. So it may be what? If it is a number of elements is odd, means it will be what? Divided. Yeah, that is a floor of n by 2 will go here and a seal of n by 2 will go here. But usually what? It is just to what? First half will go to what? The first one, and second half is going to what? Second recursive call. So usually the size will be considered as what? N by 2 and then what? N by 2. Okay. 6 elements are there means what? It will be divided in, if n equal to 6, it will be divided into 3 and 3. If n equal to 7, it will be divided into what? 7 by, that is a 3, that is 3, and it will, the one element additionally will go for what? Next one. But total size is what? N. So we are going to add only what? The complexity of both. So that we can consider this as a floor, this as what? A seal. So since we are going to merge both, we can ignore this. We can simply consider that as what? N by 2, n by 2 for the analysis. Okay. So now, so that size. So now the complexity, time complexity of the main algorithm for the input size is that T of n. Then the complexity of MSA for size n, for size what? N by 2, what will be that? So complexity of what? MSA for the size n by 2, for the size what? N, the complexity of T of n. Then the size n by 2, the complexity will be what? T of what? N by 2. Correct? So this I have to what? Taken into that account. So that what? Here for the recursive call I cannot analyze immediately. So that what I am going, this is an unknown complexity. So like this is simply like that we cannot count. This is a recursive call. Again, if you come to the same statement is going to be happened. So the unknown complexity is identified as a T of n. That is unknown complexity for what? The T of n we are going to find. It is not found so far. So that what? The MSA complexity of MSA for the input size is considered as the unknown complexity T of n. Then the complexity for the MSA with the size n by 2 will be what? The T of n by 2. Okay. So that I can say that for the step 2 complexity is the T of n by 2. For step 3 complexity will be what? T of n by 2, and step 4 is already what we analyzed, that complexity. Okay, here full size L2H is what? Full size we are going to what? Pass. So the size is what? N here. Okay, so here the full size we are sending. So that n size we have found the complexity already, analyzed the complexity. So the step 2 is complexity is, okay, so that is a T of n by 2, and the step 3 complexity is T of what? N by 2, and the step 4 complexity is, already we found that it is what? Theta of what? N. Okay, so which is already what we found in this complexity of MSA with the size what? N, for size n. So that is analyzed as what? Theta of n, that we have substituted here. Okay. So now the complexity of that MSA with the size n, T of n, this is the our target. So that only we are going to find. That is the complexity for the contour is equal to what? 2 plus 3 plus what? 4. So that steps can be written as that 2 is the T of n by 2 plus, and 3 is T of n by 2 plus the fourth step is what? Theta of what? N. Like that we can write it. Okay. So that the complexity of T of N means what? The entire steps. Okay. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus what? 5 entire steps. So that we have to what? Consider. So the T of N is now what? Equal to the complexity for the step 1 plus complexity for step 2 and complexity for 3 plus 4 and then what? 5. Okay. So like this. 1 and 5 is a divide and combined. 2, 3, 4 is what? Concave. Okay. So you can write like theta of what? 1 plus T of N by 2 plus T of N by 2 and plus theta of N. This is what? 4. And the fifth one is theta of what? 1. Okay. So here N is already there, known complexity, theta of N. Theta of 1 also what? The known complexity. Unknown complexity is what? N by 2. This we cannot find now. Okay. So, but among that known complexities, that is what? N and 1, we can ignore the constants. Okay. We can ignore the constants. So that we can write only what? Theta of N among this. But this cannot be ignored. We have not determined so far. So that the T of N is equal to what? 2 into T of N by 2 plus what? Only among these 3, 1, 2 and 3, we can ignore the constants. Only we can write a theta of what? N. Correct. So this is the complete time complexity, what? Unknown time complexity for what? If N is what? Greater than 1. So simply we can write the T of N is equal to, I have to consider both case 1 and case 2. Case 1 is what? If N is greater than 1, 2 into T of N by 2 plus what? Theta of what? N. Okay, if N is what? Greater than 1 and theta of 1 if what? N equal to what? 1. Okay, so it means that we are obtaining some unknown that is a complexity as a result. So this is not the final complexity because the T of N we have to find, but it contains the T of N by 2. This is what? Unknown complexity. Okay. Usually when you are going to analyze a recursive algorithm, okay, you will get an expression like this finally. Okay, you will get a complexity in this template. Okay, so usually this type of expressions, that is, it contains a T of N contains the T of N by 2 or T of N by 4, N by 3 like this, plus what? Some known complexity, mixed of unknown plus what? Known complexity. So usually this is called as the recurrence. Okay, for solving these recurrences, okay, this kind of recurrences, this have to be what? Further solved, then only we can find the final complexity. Okay, for solving these recurrences we have the lot of methods. Okay, for example, the iterative method, okay, substitution method, and then the using what? Master theorem. So 3 standard methods are there, that is iterative method, substitution method, and then what? The master theorem. For solving the recurrences we can use the methods like substitution method or iterative method. Okay, substitution method or iterative method or recursion tree method, and another one is what? Master theorem. So by using these methods we can solve the recurrences, but that is a lengthy part. Okay, learning this solving methods, solving the recurrence methods is a lengthy part. Substitution, recursion tree, and then what? My using the master theorem somewhat lengthy. Okay, so that what I'm going to give you a shortcut method to solve the recurrences. Okay, so since that is that solving recurrences is not covered in our syllabus, okay, I'm going to say explain a shortcut method for solving what? This kind of what? Recurrences. Okay. So by using any of these methods we need to what solve the recurrences, but I'm going to give another shortcut method for what solving this recurrence. Okay, so use this method, that is for solving the recurrences. Okay, it means that if your final complexity is in this format, that is a into t of n by b, a into t of n by b plus theta of n power k into log n power p. Okay, so in this format your expression is there. Then based on that a, b, k, p values, a, b and what the k, p, these are the constant values, we can directly write the solution. Okay, so for example a is greater than p, b power k, k is what n power k. Okay, in that way if it is the case, the solution will be what theta of n power log a by b, like this. And if a equal to b power k, so case 1 is what a, we are going to compare that a value and b power k, b power what k. So if this is the case, what is the solution? If this is the case, there are sub cases, 3 sub cases are there. So depending on the p value, p is a log n power p, so p less than -1, p equal to -1, p greater than -1. So the 3 solutions. And the case 3 is what a less than what b power k, the 2 sub cases, p less than 0, p greater than or equal to 0. What is the solution? So 6 solutions are there. 6 kind of solution depending on the a, b, k, p values. Okay, now you come to this refer this one, by using that you solve your recurrence. Okay, so now consider this our t of n equal to what, consider n greater than what 1. This solution only we need, this is already known, that is n equal to 1 already known. So I need to know that t of n equal to what 2 into t of n by 2 plus what theta of what n. So from this expression it is looking like what the same, what t a into t of n by something plus what theta of a, b, all everything is a constant. So n power something into log n power p, like this. So here when you from this just identify that a, b, k, p values. What is that a, what is the b, and then what is the k, and what is the p value, like this I just identified. Here what is the format is a into t of what n by b. N by b means what a is the 2 and b is the 2. Okay, n by b plus theta of n power k into log n power p. Okay, so n power k means what, here k is 1, correct, n power 1. Okay, and then here there is no log term. Okay, so how to what match this p? There is no log term means what, it is like looking like what n power 1 into log n power 0, correct, power 0. So that what something that is we can identify p equal to what 0. If log n means what, p power 1, log n and then power 2, like that also will be that. In that case the p equal to what 2, like this. There is no log term here means what, the p will be what 0. So log n power 0 is what equal to 1. So that only we are using that p equal to what 1. So we identified that a, b, k and then what p. I need to find that, compare the values a and then what b power k. Only this I have to find. So I can find means a is the 2 and b power k is of what 2 power what 1. So which is equal to what 2 and what 2. So what is the relation? Both are what equal. Equal means what a equal to what b power k. So it means that it is the belongs to which case? Okay, case 1 or case 2 or case 3? Case 2. Okay, so which is identified as what case 2. So in that case 2 there are 3 sub cases. 3 sub cases means what, depending on the p value. P value is what actually for in our case 0. 0 means what, this is p greater than -1. So that is a case 3. And then what, since p equal to what 0, okay, and the sub case 3 will be what chosen. Okay, that is what p is what less than that, p is what less than -1. Okay, so that is what subcase 3. So in the subcase 3 solution is, in the case 2 subcase 3 solution is T of n equal to theta of n power log a base p into what, log p plus 1 n. Okay, just write down this. T of n is equal to theta of n power log a base b into log p plus 1 n. Okay, so this is the solution. So that if you substitute the a, b, p values here, it will be what, theta of n power log 2 base 2. Correct, a and b are the 2, so 2 base 2 into log, okay, into log n, and power is what, p plus 1, p is the 0, that is what, 1. Okay, so log 2 base 2 will be what, 1. Correct, it will be cancelled, so it will be what, 1. So and here log n base power 1 means what, it can be written as what, n. So that the final complexity of what, this solution is, okay, theta of what, n power n into n power 1 is what, n into what, log n. Okay, so this is your final complexity of what, the MSA. Okay, so complexity of MSA for size what, n. Okay, so T of n equal to what, theta of n log n. Okay, just we recall it. We started analyzing the complexity of divide and conquer algorithm for maximum subarray problem. It contains the two functions MSA and what, MCSA. So I need to find the complexity of MCSA first for the size what, n. The MCSA algorithm contains mainly the two loops, okay, for loop 1 and for loop 2. So that what, that loop 1 will be executed for what, m minus l times, and loop 2 will be executed for what, h minus m plus 1. So that the complexity of that algorithm is what, 1 and 2. So that what, m minus l plus what, h minus, so that what will be cancelled, finally what, h minus l minus 1. But we need to represent that complexity in terms of what, n. Okay, input size n. So I need to represent hl and l in terms of what, n. So for that we consider, for that full array, that is full array means what, entire n elements are involved. By that time what, the L will be the 1, H will be what, the index of the last element, that is a n. So just if you substitute this 1 and n here, so n minus 1 minus 1, that is a n minus 2, that belongs to what, O of n. So don't confuse with what, O of n or theta of n. So you can write either O of n what, or the theta of n. So why we have written the theta of n means it is needed to be represented in that format, that is what, the recurrence format. So that we have written that as part theta of n. No need to prove that lower bound. So this cover that upper bound. So also cover us what, the lower bound. The next complexity of what, MSA. The complexity of the MSA, there are two cases, base case and recursive case. Base case, if n equal to 1, l equal to h, okay, it will not execute any recursive function. So in that case, the complexity is what, O of 1, that is a constant complexity. Then the recursive case, if n is greater than 1, okay, in the recursive case, so these are the steps, is divided into what, three steps, that is a divide, conquer and combine. Okay, so divide means what, just finding the m value, that is a divide. Combine means what, just finding the maximum of 3 numbers, so that is a combine. But the conquer only we are having the recursive what, call. So the steps 1 2 3 4 5 like that we have divided, and the complexity for the divide is a constant, and combine is also what, constant. The conquer, the complexity of 2 3 and then what, 4. and then we have assumed the complexity of the MSA for the size n is a T of n. Okay, that is unknown complexity. And then here similarly what for this MSA, okay, here the total size involved is what, n by 2. For the second call, the size, the number of elements involved in what, n by 2. 6 elements are there, it will be split into 3 and 3. 7 elements are there and 3 and what, 4. So only the difference is what, one element will be additionally will be there in the second one, so that we can ignore it. Okay, so that what we can say that what, n by 2 and then what, n by 2. So then so the complexity of that MSA for the size n by 2 will be written as what, T of n by 2. Okay, complexity of MSA for the size n by 2 equal to what, T of n by 2. So that what, for the 2 T of n by 2, for the 3 T of n by 2, and then what, the complexity of MCSA for that n is already analyzed, it is about a theta of n. So that we can write like this, and then the complexity T of n only we are going to find it. So that can be written as what, the complexity for what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps. So theta of 1 like this. So this among the known complexities, the T of n by 2 is unknown complexity. Among the known complexities, okay, the constant complexity can be ignored. So because the greater one is what, theta of n. So that we can write. So 2 into T of n by 2 plus what, theta of n. And we can combine both cases. We can write the T of n as what, 2 into T of n by 2 plus theta of n if n is greater than 1. If n equal to 1, this is the case. So this kind of expression finally we will get for what, any what, recursive algorithm. So that expression is usually called as what, recurrences. So recurrence means it contains what, unknown solution. Okay, that is unknown complexity. So T of n means T of n by 2 plus what, theta. This is not the final complexity. Here T of n by 2 I have to determine it. Okay, so that only it is called as what, the recurrence. For solving the recurrence, we can use any of these methods. Recursion tree, substitution and master theorem is since it is not covered in syllabus, we are not going to discuss these things. Instead what, I am going to use some shortcut method to find what, the complexity depending on your the recurrence. Okay, just write this recurrence, and this is that method for solving the recurrence. If your recurrence is in the format of a into n T of n by b plus theta of n power k and log p power, log n power p. So I need to find that a, b, k, p values. So here this is that given recurrence. A is 2, b is 2, and n power k, so k equal to 1, and log power 0, there is no log term means p will be what, 0, and we need to compare that a and b power k. A and b power k. So 3 cases, a greater than b power k, a equal to b power k, or a less than b power k. So our thing is what, a equal to b power k, that is what, case 2. And in the case 2, subcases are that depending on the p value, less than -1, equal to -1, greater than -1. Here in our case what, p is equal to 0, so that is what, less than -1. Less than -1 subcase what, 3. So that what, T of n equal to, that solution is actually for this theta of n power log a base b log n p plus 1. Okay, so theta of n power log a base b log p plus 1 n. So a and b, just to substitute, log 2 base 2 and log p plus 1, it is a 1 and n. So log n, it can be written log n, it can be written as what, n. So final complexity T of n equal to what, n log n for what, the maximum subarray problem with the size what, n. So when you compare it with what, the previous algorithms, the complexity is what, O of n cube, okay, and then O of what, n square. When compared to this is what, less than that 2 algorithms. So among these 3, this is the best one. Okay, so try to learn this analysis, complexity analysis for what, the recurrence or recursive algorithms. Okay, if you have the doubt, you can ask. Okay, thank you.